What's going on, fellow Maplers? It's been a couple weeks, but I'm back just in time for some bonkers events. Seriously though, this is probably the most overpowered series of overlapping leveling events that has ever occurred. We have Wonky's Yeti VIP Event, Wongstaurant Daily EXP Tickets, and 6 Star Daily EXP reward all occurring simultaneously. You should be taking advantage of these events to rocket towards that 8k Legion grind and beyond. This video will provide a simplistic hierarchy of which characters to focus on leveling, then walk through the insane event EXP boosting rewards, while providing some tips on how to use those rewards towards leveling your characters for Legion and efficiently completing event tasks simultaneously. But let's start out with prioritizing characters to level. First, if you are early days in the game, fill out your link slots as they tend to have a much larger impact than the individual character buffs on the Legion grid. There are lots of resources out there on which links to prioritize. I would say focus on getting characters to level 140 first for the 3 square Legion block, but I don't think this advice applies right now. If you take this approach, you won't see much impact from the events. The Yeti VIP event only applies to characters above level 101 and other events at level 200 onwards. Level 101 to 140 are extremely quick, so most of your time would be spent not taking advantage of the event as you level new characters. Instead, I would recommend picking a level 3 link or characters you want the level 200 Legion board effect from and work towards that. That way, you can get a character to level 200 and benefit from the Wongstaurante and 6 Star EXP while you work on the next character. Legion levels will just be a side benefit to this goal. After you work through links, build characters that give crit damage and crit rate on the Legion board. These are the most impactful stats in terms of damage and will help you one-hit mobs earlier. Finally, as your lowest priority, work on characters that provide IED, main stat, or any other block that provides slight buffs to your main character. This way, you will always be making slight progress towards the next stage on your account. Also, the characters that provide Legion main stat also benefit from that stat, so they become easier to level as well. Right? Pretty simple. As a side note, if you find a character you really like during this process, consider it for a boss meal or to switch mains. With the 6 Star event now is the best time to make a change on your account with the absurd amount of progression items available over the next few months. Now that we have that general advice established, let's move on to the insanity that are these events. While there is a lot going on, the great thing is that all the events progress in the exact same way. A little bit of time spent grinding mobs. Let's take a look at Yeti's VIP event first, as it's the shortest running of the 3 and the most impactful. Now, through Tuesday, August 1st, Yeti is making a return, and this time with an insane series of buffs to grinding. The only requirement is that your character is level 101 and has gone through the Wongstaurante and Yeti dialogues. You'll know you are participating as there will be a bar for the Yeti's event skill on the side of the screen when in the field. Why is this event so incredible? The most notable feature is the rune cooldown reduction from 15 to 10 minutes. With Evan's link skill, your runes will last you just over 5 minutes, and by the time the rune effect leaves, you will only have a 5-minute timer until the next rune can appear. This effectively increases rune uptime from 30% to 50%. Not only that, the EXP effect for your runes is doubled. Averaged out, you are getting a free 100% XP buff while you grind. While it can be helpful to think this way, you do want to take advantage of the rune uptime for field events and special delivery coupons. Speaking of the devil, every 10 and 20 activations of Yeti's event skill account wide, so it doesn't have to be on a single character, will get you 1 and 2 special delivery coupons respectively. Every 500 mob kills, an event skill activates where the Yeti joins the fray, breaking out his fork and knife to munch those tasty monsters of MapleStory. You'll get a large XP boost upon activation, as well as 3 full screen clears. Depending on the level you're at from 101 to 200, this is either a large chunk of your XP bar or nearly a full level for each activation. Now, 500 mob kills for an event is quite a lot. To receive all special delivery coupons, you will need to kill 10,000 mobs daily. If you are grinding on your main, this will take about 35 to 40 minutes, but on new Legion or Link characters, it will take a couple hours to grind out 10,000 mobs a day. Keep that in mind when you determine if you want to get these coupons in the first place. When activated, the coupons add food-themed mobs to the map, which give large chunks of XP in addition to the normal mobs for 100 seconds. I would recommend using these between level 160 and 190, as I feel like they are the worst levels to work through. I wouldn't really use it earlier than that, as levels up to 160 tend to be much more comfortable grind. I tested out a couple of these around level 180 to 190, managed to get at least 2 levels each time. These coupons are really just a nice to have. I wouldn't pressure yourself to grind out all 3 coupons each day. If you have the time, certainly, but if not, use the time you do have to work at your own pace to build a few new Legion or Link characters throughout the event. But that being said, they ended up being about 6 quick levels for me in the worst level range to grind, and that adds up pretty quickly over the course of the week. The last benefit from the Yeti event is the spawn rate of field portals. They show up much more frequently, about twice as often as they did before. These are impacted by XP buffs, so going into portals gives some insane experience when using XP coupons and runes. Full levels for some of them, and especially the totem portal. Make sure you are entering these whenever they pop up. This topic ties in nicely into the next event I wanted to talk about, the 6-star event. At level 200, you get access to the 6-star event, which is just a series of 3-week-long daily missions and event-long challenges. Many of the challenge tasks for the 6-star event rely on entering an ungodly amount of field portals. There's 7 different types, and some of the challenge missions require you entering a specific type at least 6 times. Normally, these spawn every 15 minutes or so, meaning challenges like the perfect totem slash one can take upwards of 10 hours in the field to complete. If you were doing these on your main before, stop. It's efficient to enter these while doing Legion and Link characters, but there are some rough trade-offs on your main. Most importantly, if you lose your map at these earlier levels, it's far less annoying than the highly competitive maps at higher levels. Not only that, the daily missions become incredibly straightforward. The worst daily missions were tied between the 30-minute chair and field boss tasks in terms of time. With this event, the field boss task is much faster as you have increased field boss spawn rate. If you map hop for a Rune of Darkness while grinding, it takes 5 to 10 minutes to complete this daily now. If you don't have a lot of time to play this, now is the time to get rid of those tasks quicker. With that daily task being much quicker, the only daily you would really want to reroll is the chair daily, which locks you to no progress for 30 minutes. Unless you have better things to do with your life than MapleStory, so you 0 time the chair by leaving your computer and liberate yourself from the game for 30 minutes. In that case, it's the best one you can get. When you complete your daily task, you'll receive a hefty chunk of XP towards level 200 or higher character of your choice. Like many of the XP boost items, it's highly effective from 200 to 210, and leveling then tends to drop off percent-wise as you get to higher levels. If you strictly want Legion levels, use these on your level 200 characters for 70% of the XP bar. That's not all. On top of that daily XP, you are also completing the Wongstaurant dailies while doing all of these other tasks, which gives you an additional 300 XP tickets, except on reward day, which gives you 500. Utilizing both daily rewards gets any characters parked at level 200 to level 202 instantly, and more than a level a day for the next few levels as well. Any free level at that range is actually incredible to reduce the time you need to get a K or higher Legion. Overall, these events are actually nutty. Seems like we are getting dangled a carrot before Nexon beats us over the head with a stick with these upcoming reboot nerfs. Oh well, what can you do? Like and subscribe, you goons.